Hello, welcome. First of all, you may not want to watch this video. If you don't need a video editing software, please don't watch this. Don't waste your time. If you haven't tried Loom yet for what you need for teaching, do that first because you might use Loom and then find that it already has all the features that you need. However, some teachers are going to want a video editing software so they can combine different clips or add images in or um, those are really the main reasons I can think of. But I know that some teachers are going to want that. So I've looked at a lot of editing softwares, a lot of them that claim to be free, but actually when you go to export the video, there's a big watermark over the screen, or when you go to export it, you have to pay before you can export, or things like that. So I've looked at a lot of software, and I found this one that seems to be the best. I've used it a little bit. I really like it so far, and I think it holds a lot of promise for educators. So this is the one I'm recommending. It's called OpenShot, and you can find it at openshot.org. So I went to the website here. This is the home page. You can just download V2.5.1. So you click on this link. It's going to take you to the download screen, and you have to be careful on the screen because right now it's pretty clear where you download, but sometimes they'll have an ad appear that has its own download link and it's not the one you want. Um, there's a long technical reason why they have these distracting ads that I won't go into, but just be careful that you get the right one. You want the one that says download V2.5.1, this part that's in here. Don't be distracted by misleading advertisements above or below. So you click on that, download it, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. Then when you get into the program, after you download it, you'll open up the program. I think it asks about your settings. I just went with the default settings. I didn't change anything, and it's worked fine for me. Then you get to this part, and it'll take you through a brief tutorial. I recommend doing that. A lot of tutorials are not worth the time, but this one definitely is. It's very short and very helpful. This will overlap that a little bit, but I'll also talk about some things that aren't in the tutorial. So here we have our files, and I've already dragged some files in. It's very easy to do. You can just drag them from whatever folder you want. So I can take like a picture. I'll take this other office background picture and just drag it in there. Works with multiple types of files too. So you've got JPEG files, or that's an image, or video files. You can combine those types of files into a video. So down here I have what's called the timeline. Once I have the files I want to work with, I can then arrange those files in the timeline. So it's just drag and drop. Just drag it over, put it where I want it to, and that's how I arrange my video in the timeline here. Once your video is done, you'll just export it, and the tutorial talks about this, but you just click this red button. Pretty simple. The one or two things that I wanted to talk about that aren't explained in the tutorial that are very helpful features are you want to be able to know how to split video or how to cut it, and you use the scissor tool for that. It's also helpful to know how to zoom on the timeline because maybe you need to get a very precise cut, and so you might want to zoom in so that you can really get a specific location on the video. So you'll see the time signature here tells us how zoomed in or out we are. Notice that when I zoom out, it makes this video seem shorter. The video didn't change size, your view of it did. So when you zoom in, it allows you to be really precise about locating specific areas or cutting specific areas. So to cut it, I can just click on the timeline. This is called the playhead sometimes. This red line just shows where it's currently playing. So this is the preview up here. You click play to preview. You've got your other controls there. So if I want to trim this video, let's say I'm watching and I'm like, oh, I have a problem there, or I want to split it there for whatever reason, then I can go over here to my scissor tool or razor tool and click where I want to split it. I always do it at the playhead so that I can make sure it's where I want it. And then it split it into two clips. It didn't actually take anything out yet, it just split it. So if there's a section I want to take out, I can make another cut, and then I have to deselect the razor tool in order to select different pieces of the video, but I can select this, I could hit delete on my keyboard to take it out. And then I can drag this to connect it if I just want to take that section out. So it's real easy to just drag and drop, move stuff around, but that razor tool is very important for splicing things or taking out. Maybe you started recording earlier than you meant to on a video and you want to take out that dead space at the beginning of the video. You would just do that with the razor tool. All right, that's really it. Then you just export your video and you're good to go. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, but hopefully you have a good experience using OpenShot Video Editor.